Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is Mysticall, and today I'm bringing you a video that I've been asked about for a really long time now, probably since I started making videos. It's about going over losses and how do you deal with them. So, before we start, I just want to say, in my mind, I imagine these videos to be something like we lose to the same team, maybe one or two times, and then we face the same team again one or two times, and we beat them. We come up with a strategy to, figure out their comp. However, I actually kind of enjoy making these types of videos where I go over losses and then we find out a strategy. And there aren't many times where we lose the same team and then we play the same team again and start beating them because we just don't face the same team often. So if you guys would like to see, comment down below. And if you want to see something where we lose to a comp and then we figure out how to beat it, I'm happy to do videos like that instead of just specific team that we faced, because it doesn't happen that often. Just let me know, and I'll be happy to make that video. And let's just get right into it. Alrighty, so this was actually on my stream, by the way, and we have, God Comp, which is normally played with a Wrestler Druid or even a Holy Paladin, but this one was played with Disc Priest, and I have a little highlight tool right here, so, if, we see something we point out, I could just draw around, highlight it, and then remove it. So hopefully that doesn't bother too many people. So let me just talk about target choices real quick. So we are on Dalaran Sewers, which is a really small map. Probably the smallest map. Maybe Ruins of Lordaeron is smaller, but in general, those two maps are pretty small. So this is a small map. And we know Disc Priests, they're just not... They struggle against 2 melee chasing them. So we figured, it's Dalaran Sewers. The priest doesn't have that many peels. I mean, they have fear, but if the priest is dotting my melee, it's just going to break. And sure, the mage is poly, but I can dispel. I also have revival. And then the disc priest probably has a knockback effect on this map, just because there's like a little bit of a z-axis, right up here. You could like drop down. But we also have death grip if we get knocked, so that's fine. So basically, we're like, you know what? Let's just go disc priest. So go back here. So we go disc priest on this in the beginning. Actually, I'm pretty sure we just target the priest the entire time. So you can see so right off the bat, kind of wasted a roll there. I don't like that I rolled there. Should be placing port down probably soon. This just healing up my Death Knight. Put port down. Should. This guy's casting Arcane Blast. This guy already trinketed too. So we could probably swap to Biscuit. But we are just alling in on the Disc Priest. Now, one mistake I did, and I really wish I did it before the map, is that I'm not Way of the Crane versus this. I'm also playing Trinket. So that means I'm going to sitting full polys, full stuns, full fears. And I also wish I was Way of the Crane. Going all in, I feel like I should have just went Way of the Crane, get as much pressure as we can. And I'm being a kind of a noob right now, and I'm just not placing port. It's kind of bothering me, so I'm just trying to line as much as I can. This poly might be trying to be on me, so I keep going back. This guy is casting Shackle Undead. We'll see if he gets it off. I'm pretty sure I dispel it even if it goes off. No, I do not. So that's another mistake by me. I should have dispelled the Shackle Undead so that my boy had Abomination, had more damage. The poly just got interrupted with this fear. You can see with this eraser, see the fear right here on the disc and the mage. So the mage can't peel at all. And I already DR'd the Shadow Priest with paralysis. So I have no peels for this guy. I could stun him. But if I stun the mage, I have to push out here, right? And if I stun, this guy could potentially get a poly on me because we're using kicks on the Disc Priest. So we really don't want to do that. Oh, let's get rid of that. That's my I think this is my Maledict. Boom, right on the priest. Here comes the poly. I'm stunned. So this is the thing that sucks about running Trinket. Your Trinket is nice. Obviously, you save Trinket for Cocoon. You have a surefire way of, you won't get crowd control. However, now I have to sit every stun. Here comes the fear. And then probably here comes the blink into poly potentially. No, because I get really good lining by the fear. That's unfortunate for them. This guy blocked? Okay, so I didn't even notice the mage. It has hypothermia right now. You can see the Arcane Mage. And the Arcane Mage only has one ice block. So we definitely should have swapped to the Arcane Mage. But we stay on the Disc Priest. The Disc Priest actually surprisingly isn't Umi either. Dispel that root on my warrior. You can see we're pushing in. This guy's getting a poly. I'm really far away, and this pillar does not allow me to dispel because it's LOS. So my DK is polyed right here. Pushing it. I used double roll there. Yep, see right here. Just in case for those that can't see. Oh, that's the eraser. Boom, right there. I used 2 rolls there, which is not... It's okay, I guess, but because they're not chasing after me, but I hate wasting rolls. I guess, I don't know. That's a Maledict, so I try to just cocoon it and then I dispel it just because they're using cooldowns. That's a full poly. Kind of want to go back there for a second. Kind of want to... How did this guy get a poly on me? So I dispelled the Horrify, or I revivaled it. I revivaled all the dots. And then this guy get Maledicted. So I cocoon dispel. Cocoon dispel. Oh, yeah, he actually did get that poly. I didn't even see him pushing like that. Okay. So you can see we have a full stun on the disc. We still don't have Trinket off of him. Here comes a repoly. This guy is probably going to follow up with a stun in 10 seconds. So I think we're okay for now. We're just sitting on the Disc Priest, really. Nothing crazy. That's another Maledict. By the way, that Trinket is from the first boss on Battle for Atal Dazar, or Battle for Dazar Lore. I got the mythic version of it, so that really came in handy there to deal with that Maledict. Stormbolt on the Priest, so there's no off heals. There's no peels or anything from him. Maybe could have seen it on the... Could have probably used it on off DR in 5 seconds on the disc, but that's alright. Really short poly. He's going to stun me probably soon. Alright, I'm CS'd here. So after this lockout, he might stun me. He's going to stun me into a full fear. If he gets to me, he doesn't get to me, which is perfect. I have my port set up here, which is good. Would really like to get some Renewing Mist out. You can see the Priest and the Mage can just spam purge them, which is really not good. I was playing Cataract Magic, I believe, so I'm trying to Ring of Peace. Oh, that's a mistake by me. So normally, as a monk, let me go back for you guys. Versus a Disc Priest, you get counter their dome by Ring of Peacing it, but I get feared here. I trinket it, and then this guy is polying me. So I trinketed the CC. This guy's casting poly on me, and then this disc is in dome. And instead of, because I kind of panic, I guess, because I see that my warrior is really low. You can see like 25%. And instead of Ring of Piecing the dome, I Ring of Piece the poly, which I could have just ported. I have port back up, and I port right here. So I could have just ported, avoided this poly, and then Ring of Peace this. But instead, I just use, let me change this color to green. I use Ring of Peace on this right here. Let's pretend this is Ring of Peace. So this interrupts the poly, but this guy still sits in Dome of Mist, or Dome. So that's a mistake by me. Also, we still don't have the Disc Trinket, which is actually really surprising. So I interrupt that poly. Still get polyed. So yeah, it was actually a complete waste of Ring of Peace. We could have killed the disc here. Yeah. And then you see the disc is at 21% with a bunch of necrotic strikes on him for my... Look, he's at 6% there, swapped from the Shadow Priest. Get locked out. Incap the Priest, or the Shadow Priest to avoid any CC. I don't know if he had Leap of Faith. Let me see if... he did have Leap, so... You know, just in case he had any follow-up. I'm trying to line the Mage poly here. Trying to line it. Super DR poly. We get really low here. Oh, we got a big heal from... That big heal was from Thunder Focus T. Enveloping Mist. Yeah, you can see Enveloping Mist on him. Keep Renewing Mist up. They're going to spam Purge it, but... I mean, that's the best you can do. Stormbolt on the Shadow Priest. I think we definitely should have made a swap to dispel that poly. Can't get the repoly. Kind of sucks. This guy just wasted a blink. Trying to line it. Oh, that's Maledict. So we got Maledict on the Disc Priest, which is pretty good. I think he dispelled it. That's Paint Sub. No Trinket. I think he might die here. Yeah, that's Arcane Orb. He's going to come in for a stun. Going to fear. Nothing I can do about it because I just trinketed. There's a fear. AMS for my shadow for my Death Knight, but my warrior. This fear is so unfortunate. I had life cocoon. You can see I had life cocoon right here. I had it, but I got the fear pathing was kind of sucked. So yeah, that's game one. So game one, we made mistakes. We made mistakes. Disc Priest definitely should have died. Disc Priest should have died. We tried to go for the kill here, but nah, too much CC and too much. If I was Crane, we win. So here's our second game. So take backs from that game. I wonder if I can. I don't know if my writing is good. So game one. No, this is the eraser. Game one. Should have been way. Should have been way. Okay. Should have been way of the Crane. 2. Trinket. Was eh. It was okay. And then the biggest mistake that we made was ring. Ring of Peace. If we use that Ring of Peace instead of interrupting that poly, I think we would have won. By the way, I don't actually write like this. You know, this sloppy. It's just the highlighter tool, you know. So these are the biggest 3 mistakes that we made in game 1. Way the Crane. Trinket felt okay. I honestly, when I'm playing against a Shadow Priest, I kind of feel like playing Relentless just because they have the stun, which is pretty much the only way they could set up their fear. And then Ring of Peace, obviously for Dome, which is probably the most important thing. I can't think of any other mistakes. Maybe also bad Trinket. I also had a bad Trinket, so those are what pretty much lost us that game. I will take full responsibility for that loss. So now we have second game. Now, ahead of time, I have not... these games were played like a week or 2 ago. So I have not rewatched these in quite a bit. This is my first time watching them in a long time. All right, so obviously it's important to get your renewing mists out because we're playing Counteract Magic for the Shadow Priest dots. Now, let me just go over target choice again. Last game, we almost killed the Disc Priest. I mean, like, the Disc Priest was dead. So we're like, you know, this map, it's a little bit bigger pillars, but we could probably still go Disc Priest. So we're like, all right, we lived long enough. Let's just try and go. Let's just go Disc Priest again. So that's what we're trying to do. We set up the stun on the Disc Priest. We Stormbolted the Shadow Priest trinkets. Where did that Ring of Peace go? I tried to Ring of Peace something. Oh no! Okay, that was my trinket. That was my absorption trinket right here from the first boss. Yep, thought that was Ring of Peace. I was going crazy. So yeah, we're going hard on the disc, super hard. The problem right now, maybe a small mistake by me, a little bit of oversight, is that I'm using 2 unused trinkets. So you can see I just used this guy right here. He's on cooldown. Boom. That was the absorption trinket. And that puts my Maledict trinket right here on cooldown. So that's the problem with using 2 unused trinkets, is the fact that it puts the other one on cooldown. So I think it's 20 seconds that you have to wait, which would have been really good right now because I don't know if you guys saw. I can run it back real quick for you guys. But we used our Maledicts, or we used a Maledict. Boom, right there. And we get to the dispel right there. So it would have been really nice. So I think we have a follow-up Maledict here. Yeah, there's one. And then I should have just Maledicted, but I already used my unused trinket, which is a little unfortunate. Dispel that poly instantly. Can't get 3. This is Manatee. We are Crane this game, by the way. And we just get polyed here, which is unfortunate. We get the life cocoon off, though. It's important. We get the life cocoon off on our warrior before this poly, so we really aren't in that much trouble. Polyed again, which is okay, because we still have life cocoon up. Here comes the fear. The stun. See, if I was relent, he wouldn't have been able to poly me for so long, and then this follow-up stun into a fear. I mean, these guys... Oh, really good grip to prevent the fear, but we still get silenced. Probably should have craned. Dispel the dots. That's parry. Crane too late. I craned way too late. Oh, AMZ was late too. Did we AMZ? I should have, during this silence, they have no DRs on me. I should have just been Crane. Should have just played press Crane. Yeah, this guy, yeah, we parry, which is okay, but we AMZ late, and I Crane super late. Damn, that's my fault. All right, so mistakes in game 2. Mistakes in game 2. Game 2. Late Crane. So we have a very late Crane. We should have Craned during that silence. The reason is because we got triple DR poly'd and we got stunned already by the Shadow Priest. They literally have no stops unless the Disc Priest is can fear me, which he might have, but I think it would have broke. So we have a late Crane, late. Oh, that's gonna bother me. Late AMZ. And now this game, you know, I'm running Relentless, so Trinket. Trinket was again, because they have Poly, they have Fear. Oh, that was kind of a, that's more of an L. Let me just erase that. They have Fear. They have Stun. What else do they have? They have Poly, Fear, Stun. They have Silence. So it's reducing all of these with Relentless is more important than just saving Trinket for Life Cocoon, in my opinion. I don't know. I actually kind of enjoy using Relentless. So Relentless is going to shorten all of these, and we don't have Trinket. We also have Human Racial. We are human, so we could Human Racial like one of the Psychic Cores to stop maybe a Poly setup or something like that. But yeah, these are the mistakes we made in game 2. I played that second game bad. Played the first game bad too. Oh, I guess it doesn't go back that far. Okay, let's erase all these so nothing's on screen. We should be good. Perfect. All right, so game 3. This is game 3. Same team, God Comp. We're playing Relentless. That's the only difference. We're playing Relentless Crane. Relentless and Crane. First game, we were playing Trinket. We were playing Zen Focus T, Chrysalis, Kenart's Magic, and now we dropped Zen Focus T for Way of the Crane. So on this map, our target was like, all right, it's a bigger map, you know, a bigger than Dalaran Sewers. The Disc Priest can't get away from drinks, and I know that I can out-mana him. So we're like, let's try a different target. If Disc Priest isn't working, you know, let's pick a different target. So I believe we go for the Shadow Priest. We just bounce between Shadow Priest and Arcane Mage. That first of all, I mean, this Poly he barely got that Poly. Let's just throw it out there. All right, that's a Repoly, which is fine. That's a Greater Fade from the Shadow Priest. That's Archangel from the Disc Priest, and you can see the right here, the Arcane Power from the Arcane Mage right here. So that means he just double poly'd me before his burst. So they're going to start doing damage now. Oh. Back. Okay. All right, we dispelled dots. He's going to silence me, probably. So I used my Trinket, my Absorption Trinket. Really good Fear on the Disc Priest here. Gets his Trinket instantly. I get feared. Probably just got a Life Cocoon out of this, I'd say. They have no CC for me. Except for a Silence, and then I think this guy might follow up with a Stun, but it's okay because Burst of Life. So we got Silence there, so we just use Manatee Crane. So why is it good to use Crane right now? It's because I'm pretty sure we were just poly'd 3 times in a row, plus feared. We get full win cap on the Disc Priest. Probably should have went for, I should have stunned. There we go. Okay, perfect. So we got the stun. You see the Priest has no Trinket. Oh, something I did not point out. You see this right here? See this right here? That means this Priest is undead. So he's undead, which means he used Will of the Forsaken, which gets him out of fears. So that's why he has his Trinket back up soon. I misspoke before. He did not Trinket. He used Will of Forsaken. Will of Forsaken, the fear, and now his Trinket's back up in 10 seconds now, but 30 seconds when he used it. That's my bad. I misspoke. This guy's super low still. We have no follow-up CC for the disc, though. We just stunned the yard. We just incapped the yard. Perfect. That's dome. So this should be a ring of peace here. All right. We didn't mess it up a second time. We used ring of peace on it. Perfect. Perfect. Should be good. But we have, so the thing about Shadow Priests that make them so fast is that they have to cast Shadow Mend like repeatedly to even recover. So right now, even though, sure, we have no CC, the Priest is themselves right here. You can see the mana just going down. And then the reason I like this map, let me just bring it back real quick, is this right here, this box right here, or the fence, right? See? So you could abuse the heck out of this box. If this guy is coming for a poly over here, you can just come over here. If he's like if he thinks he can blink here, you could roll around and go over here. I love this fence. I love it so much. You'll see. I think I do it. We'll see. So you see he's going for a poly right here. Avoid it with the fence. And then I think he tries to go for another. Oh, that's a really good Stormbolt on the Disc Priest. We're still on. We could probably swap to the Disc Priest here. But he doesn't have Trinket, so we land that poly. Oh. That's unfortunate. We got stunned on the Arcane Mage, though. And we get another. We got a nice little kick on the poly there. Perfect. Get rooted, which is fine. Life Cocoon, because I feel like I was going to get polyed again, but that's actually my bad. I'm not worried about my Death Knight here. He has AMS. See, he AMS's. It's fine. I get a full incap on the Disc Priest. This poly is short. Still doesn't have Disperse or Greater Fate because he just used it right before that. He gets Trinket. That's swap. And now I think we swap to the Arcane Mage here. Yeah, we just swap over to the Arcane Mage here. Get a nice kick on the poly. He's kicked on Arcane. And here's Crane. I used it without using Mana Tea because we were getting a little low there. We're hitting the Shadow Priest here. You can see the Disc and I have pretty much the same mana, but I can definitely live longer. We got a nice Grip Stun. I called that out in chat in the group chat. I took out all of the voice from this game, but I called out if we have Death Grip, and we do. So we Death Grip, get a double stun here. No Trinket by the Disc Priest. We got Trinket from the Shadow. Good Fear. And then he has Disperse again, which is kind of annoying. So tanky. Got nothing for this root. Nice Reflect. I think that's a Reflect on the poly here. You can see the Mage casting poly right here. Boom, Reflect. Nice. Or it might have been stolen from our Death Knight. Either one. Good stuff. All right. Still on the Disc Priest, which is fine. Disc Priest again has no Trinket for a minute, 15, but he might have Will of the Forsaken. So, but we just feared, so it's really not the big deal. Gonna Life Cocoon before any CC, so you can see I was coming out here, poking out, doing some heals. You can see this Mage blinks in. So when the Mage blinks in, when my DPS are right over here. This guy's pushing for a poly. He just is. So let's see. We go over here. He's casting. He knows I have to go out, and he knows I have to use a cooldown. And he pretty much this guy's actually insane. He pre-polys me poking out. Like as soon as I pop out, he's just polying. I get the Life Cocoon off and the Healing Trinket off. So I have an absorption for his entire health. Like, do you see this? The Trinket plus Life Cocoon, he's top tier. I'm going to get polyed again, which is fine. Because we're playing Relent. Important to note, I'm playing Burst of Life traits. I think most of us should be. And this should be a pretty decent heal off this. 10%. I thought it was okay. He has no CS. Priest is coming for a Fear. You can see, let me bring it back for you guys real quick. Let me bring it back a little more. All right, so we just got out of polys. You can see I'm stunned. We got a really nice Death Grip from Leap of Faith from the Disc Priest. And you can see that the Disc Priest is now pushing in while I'm stunned. And that's because the Shadow Priest is too far away, and he's probably slowed from Chains of Ice. And the Disc Priest is not slowed. He's not slowed right now. So he's trying to follow up. He's trying to follow the stun up with a Fear. I human racial it because I can't let them this late in the game, where I have no cooldowns and they're starting to get, they need to find a kill soon because we have Mortal Strike. I can't let them get the follow up, so I incap the Disc Priest. We have AMZ, but we kind of ran out of it. That's okay. And then the mage blocked. I think the mage blocked a CC or something. I don't know what the mage blocked. So we Stormbolt the mage here, and he blocks it. I don't know if you guys saw that. Yeah, the mage blocked it. So the mage randomly blocks a Stormbolt, and we're like, you know, the mage does not block. The priest has like disperse up and, you know, a little bit. Greater Fade's annoying. Oh wait, he doesn't have disperse soon, but he has Greater Fade and it's kind of annoying. So we're like, you know what? Why don't we just? I use Ring of Peace to avoid the fear. Why don't we just go mage? I'm pretty sure we swapped to mage soon. Boom. I still have Maledict. I definitely could press it. Mage is looking for that poly, but I avoid it with the fence. And now we're starting to get a little cleave damage on the mage here. That's Fade from the priest. So this is where we swap. I'm pretty sure this is where we swap. The Shadow Priest is in void form, and he just used Greater Fade. Kind of annoying. I'm randomly out of combat, which is kind of weird. And the mage is sitting on top of us, using blinks for polys rather than to kite. And we're just like, you know what? Let's just go mage. So we just go mage. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. He has no block. No, that's his temp shield, which is fine. I'll get a full stun here on the priest. Polyed. You know, he didn't have trinkets, so I was just like, you know, let's just do it. He might follow up with the fear. That's unfortunate. But I think I life cocoon right out of this. We get silenced. We could probably incap the priest here, but that's okay. We just get a nice life cocoon. Okay, life cocoon. Kick on the arcane mage, which is fine. Stun or trinket from the disc priest, which is good. And then we just ride it. You can see the disc priest is out of mana. This guy's gonna kite as much as he can. And then we get him. Perfect. You can see I was at about 9% mana, so mana wasn't too crazy, but I did use Way the Crane without Mana Tea once, so if I waited like 3 seconds, I probably could have just been a little more patient. So, game 3, what did we learn? Game 3, is this the highlight? All right, game 3, Crane is good. Crane is good. After DRs, because they're going to get their CC anyway, Crane is good. Relentless is good. Relentless is good. Okay. And then we could the priest will priest ooms if we go DPS. Ooms if we DPS. If we go DPS. The reason for this is that they have to Shadow Mend much more frequently rather than us just training the priest down and getting a bunch of peels and being able to heal through probably Trinity or Atonement with the Trinity talent, something like that. So yeah, these are the big 3 things. Crane is good. Relentless is pretty good just because of all the CC. And then the priest ooms eventually if we go DPS. So those are the big takeaways from game 3. And then obviously we played better. Just in general, I think as a team we played better. I played better. Everyone played better. So mostly because we were tired of losing to this team. So now we have, I think this is the final game where we play against them. Oh, get out of there. All right, so then we have the last and final game. Set a port. By the way, this map set a port about right here. You see when the mage, let me get this. So if the mage starts pushing in right here, and actually if you push in like right here, right in this area, and even with port, you're gonna not be able to afford poly. You want to drop down right underneath here, and it just keeps circling around this pillar. If he chases, that's good. If he doesn't, just come back up the stairs, walk back up, boom, boom. You see that? That's perfect. But if he pushes in with the polys here, you want to drop down on the Z-axis map and then walk or Tiger's Lust your way back up. You don't want to waste port. It's really good for avoiding CC. So you really don't want to waste port. Roll or whatever away. So target choices for this map. It is a bigger map. The priest is probably running knockback on this map, which is something to point out. If they're running knockback, that means they have a 1 minute fear, which is pretty good. But obviously the Shadow Priest has a fear as well. But that means we kind of want to go DPS again. So DPS worked. We're going to stick with DPS. And yeah, so we start on the Shadow Priest just like last game. We'll see if the mage. So you can see the mage. Okay, this is exactly what I just explained. You can see the mage push in past my port. So porting, using my port is right here. He's gonna get the poly. So what I do is I drop down and just drop down underneath. And if he follows, I'll port back up. If he doesn't, I probably port back up. I don't know, but normally you should just walk right back up and you'll be okay. And if he tries to do it again, you just do the same thing over and over again. It's less damage they're doing. So you can see I drop down. He doesn't follow, but I revival all the dots so I don't fall behind while I come back up. I do port back up because he's casting this Rune of Power. I actually panicked here. He's casting Rune of Power. I kind of panicked. I revivaled to get all the dots off. This guy, by the way, just Greater Faded. You can see right... Oh, it's not on here. Greater Faded in Void form. He's casting Rune of Power, which means he's just standing still, but that's a lot of damage. So I port back up and I incap it. I just kind of didn't want to worry about it. I probably knock him here too, to be honest. No. I knocked the Disc Priest. Oh, I tried, man. I really did. Because this is Rapture and he has no Trinket. And I just used Paralysis. So we have no CC for the Disc Priest. I really wanted to knock him, but I missed the knock. And then, oh my god, I forgot that he just got knocked far. With the new race, by the way, the new Culture on Human, my Warrior went it. I don't know if you guys noticed. I hardly noticed. And we get the knockback here. So we knock him, which is really good. Because this guy's Rapture. And we just knocked this Shadow Priest on the other side of the map, which is really good. So this guy's wasting time. That's Leap of Faith, which is good. He still has no Greater Fade. I'm going to go for full stun on the Disc Priest here. We get... that's the rest of Arcane Power. We're trying to land this poly. It's not on me. It's on my Death Knight. That was Disperse, which is good. We get a nice kick on the Disc Priest there. Again, we get the kick on him, but we're not going him. You know, we're not going on the Disc Priest. But the little micro interrupts that we have for him, they add up. And now I think I just press Crane here. Yeah, we just go for Damn. I press Maledict, but I think it gets dispelled instantly. That's a Maledict incoming. If you want the Weakauras, I could definitely give it to you guys. It's nothing crazy. That's Dome. That's the Healing Trinket. I'm silenced, so I can't ring a piece out of this. So I just hold on to it. I'm pretty sure I just hold on to it. It's kind of a waste because he just ran out of it. Okay, that's fine. He just runs out of the Dome. That's cool with me. I'm trying to juke CS here. Trying to juke it. This guy just holds CS for so long. It's so annoying. Trying to juke it. But now we're out of LOS of the mage, so now we can free cast here. Oh, we actually did juke it. Okay, perfect. We did juke it. Trying to get him out, but he gets the poly. I was about to spin a Crane Kick. It wouldn't have mattered. He still would have got the poly off. We have Life Cocoon back up, though. Relentless really being good. It looks like we start going for a split strat. You can see we have our Warrior on... No, I think this is our Death Knight, and then we have the Warrior here on the Disc Priest. So we're splitting, which is really bad for the Disc Priest. They cannot heal spread pressure. And boom. Yeah. So we get our Death Knight really interrupting the Shadow Priest, not getting a lot of dots out. And then we get a half polyed, which is okay because they don't have that much damage. He has Arcane Power in, what, 20 seconds? Something like that. Or 2 minutes? No, 20 seconds. So that's perfect. We get a full leg sweep here on 2 of the DPS. We get Trinket from the Arcane Mage. Full Fear. That's Will of Forsaken. Yep, perfect. Yeah, he is undone. That's Will of Forsaken. I incap the Trinket instantly. It gets broken. It's fine. Rapture again. It's cool. It's cool, dog. We get stunned. It's okay. And then I play aggressive with Crane here. Yeah, I'm just like, let's just go. And we go on I press Crane. This guy's pushing for Fear, it seems like. Yeah. Definitely could have avoided that with a port, but I didn't want to waste Crane. Yeah. This Disc Priest was really good, by the way. Like, he's not even ooming. Just rotates cooldowns perfectly. I missed my ring again. I get put Life Cocoon on my Warrior. I get this poly, maybe? Oh, yeah, because he's LOS, right? Yeah. So we get that poly. They get the repoly. I have a full incap in 5 seconds for the Disc Priest. I get a kick there. This team is just good. Like, straight up, this team is just good. I wish I had leg sweep, so I get leg sweep. That Leap of Faith, but I don't. Feared full here, which is okay. Excuse me. Another Leap of Faith from the Shadow Priest. So this guy has no CS. We're just sitting on the mage right now. We're just stopping damage, really. So you could see how when when one person was on the priest and one person was on the shadow priest, this guy still had mana, so he's not ooming. Not ooming. Ooming. So I tried to not write cursive, but I have to. I'm sorry, guys. But if we go one on the mage and one on the shadow priest, this guy come down here, he starts ooming because he has to cast Shadow Mends sooner or more frequently. So boom, 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 boom. Delete all this. Continue. That's AMZ, which is fine. That's okay. We press Crane with Manatee here. We use Manatee with Crane. I get stunned on it. I probably human racial this. Yeah, I definitely human racial that. Get feared. That's Vampiric Touch or Vampiric Embrace from the Shadow Priest. It's down now. Nice Haymaker. He's trinketed that stun, but he gets knocked super before. That's another Maledict. I'm trying to Life Cocoon here. Life Cocoon it and then Revivaled to get all the Maledicts. I probably go for an Incap on the Shadow Priest here. Yep, or on the Disc Priest. Incapped it into a full stun on the Disc Priest. And we should get here. Dispel the dots and Maledict off my Warrior. That's Disperse. I just dispelled dots and Maledict, so I can't get this full poly on my DK, which is really unfortunate. I'm locked out here. Trying to just get away. Big heal with Thunderfolk's Team Enveloping Mist there. Cannot ring a piece this. It's kind of bad, but you see the Disc Priest is We're too, but like they actually have hardly any healing output when they're We could at least Vivify and put Renewing Mist up. I also have Healing Trinket back, so I probably use my Healing Trinket as well. Oh, really good grip before the fear. Stunned. Oh, they're so close. Healing Trinket. Boom, big heal. I tried Juke CS there, put a Renewing Mist out. Boom. Kill the Shadow Priest. So you can see a lot changed since game one. By the way, that's pretty much the video, guys. So if you want to piece out, that's fine. I'm just going to go over. So game one. Actually, that's a little too big. Game one. Oh. Game one. We had no Crane. No Crane. Trinket instead of Relent. Just mistakes overall. Just made mistakes. This was game 1-2. Actually, no. I'll do it like that. This is the first time I'm doing this video format, so I don't even know if anyone's watching at this point, but you know, it's kind of nice to like go over, watch my own gameplay and see mistakes I made. So this is a lot useful for me as well. So I had no Crane, Trinket, and made mistakes. Game 2, late Crane, late Crane, late AMZ, still Trinket, still play Trinket. So we just adapted. Oh, bad targets. We also went Disc target. We went Disc. So those were our mistakes for game 1 and 2. And then we have game 3 where we were Relent. Played Crane. And just overall just played better. Played better. And then we went Shadow Priest. And then swapped Arcane Mage. Which was perfect. And then game 4. Actually, game 3-4. Same thing. Game 3-4, that's what we did. We just made mistakes here. And then we just played better here. It's going to bother me. Played better here. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the video, guys. Again, if you're still watching, I don't even know how long this video is, but I appreciate you being here. If you have any questions, please let me know. Yeah, I actually like this style of video. So if you want to see like comp, losing to it and then beating it, please let me know. That's pretty much it. Hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you later.